There was a family in my hometown that everyone said was cursed. Their names were the Parkers, and they seemed like a pretty normal family, probably not much different than other Parker families in towns all across America. My little sister was friends with the older daughter, June, and for years we'd see them at the pool and around town. The dad traveled a lot for business, so we didn't see him much. It was usually the mom and 4 kids. When things started going bad for them, rumors started that the dad had mistresses in different cities, and he was always cheating on his wife. People even said he might have a whole other family in another town, and that wife found out and put a curse on his family in our town. Other people, though, said it was Mrs. Parker that did the cheating while her husband was away, that she slept with some of the other dads in town, and one of the wives put a hex on her to punish her and her kids. There was never any proof to any of this, but given what happened to the family, I think it's totally natural for people to try to find some explanation. The prospect that they were punished like this for no reason just seemed too bleak. The first one affected was June. One day her face started drooping like melting ice cream. It was some kind of nerve damage, the doctors said, palsy or something, but they couldn't find an explanation for what caused it, no matter how many tests they ran. Everyone tried to treat her like normal, but she was embarrassed. Eventually, her mom let her stay home and do her schoolwork there. My sister tried to still be friends with her, but June never wanted to see anyone. Not long after June left school, her brother Alex started having memory lapses. He forgot little things at first, like vocabulary words and how to do math problems he definitely knew how to do. Then he started forgetting who he was. It might just be for an hour or two, and then he'd be back to normal, but it seemed to get longer each time. One day he walked into the Save Right in just his underwear and peed himself in the produce section. He told the police he couldn't remember anything. Alex never fully came back after that. The house was checked for fungus or mold or something that might have caused the issues with June and Alex, but nothing was found. That's when people started talking about the curse. Then Cindy, the younger daughter, disappeared from the backyard one day. Her mom was even out there with her. Cindy was playing with her dolls, and the mom looked up, and she was just gone. The police found no evidence of an intruder, and no trace of Cindy was ever found. It was like she disappeared into thin air. At that point, Mr. Parker stopped traveling and stayed home. The police were suspicious, and were over at the Parkers' house a lot, usually when the yelling became too loud for the neighbors to ignore. What happened to Billy, their youngest child, finally broke Mrs. Parker to pieces. Billy was only 4 years old when he went blind and dumb. People said his eyes just dried up in their sockets, and his tongue shriveled in his mouth. The doctors had never seen anything like it. They could only feed him liquids after that. Mrs. Parker couldn't take it anymore. She hung herself in the laundry room. Mr. Parker was questioned by the police for days, but they could find no evidence he was responsible for any of it. Once they released him, he disappeared from town forever. He didn't even take Billy, June, and Alex with him, so they were put in a long-term care facility a few towns over. People were so terrified about the curse, the house stayed empty for over 10 years. Both next-door neighbors moved house just to make sure it didn't get them, too. The Parkers were a topic of conversation in our town for generations, with no shortage of theories for what caused things to go so wrong for them. Whatever it was, though, no one ever disputed that they were utterly and wholly cursed.